This week on Basketball Wives.
Talking about you. Like she does about everybody in this space. Right?
Oh, Nicole. As much as I want to do this, the love that I have for you as your mother, not gonna do it.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back. So we're going to be recapping the new episode of Basketball Wives, Season 12, Episode 9. Let's get right into this. Okay, you guys, this was a episode full of drama. When I tell you guys it was drama, it was a lot. Okay, so the episode begins with Ming, Chantel, and Denise meeting up. Chantel hasn't been spending much time with the group since her and Jac'Eil got into it in Vegas. I like Ming for the most part, but she had said, I think it's sad that Chantel can't really come around the group because of her mom. Ming, you're new here too. And you're also coming onto Christie's platform, okay? So, why is Chantel even here in the first place? What's she talking about? Oh, I feel bad she can't come around. She shouldn't even be here, in my opinion. But anyway, so Ming says to Chantel, well, I got into it with your mom the other day because she was trying to say what I can or cannot say. Okay, but here's the spin that I was not expecting. So when the group was all together for Brandi's cooking event, Jac'Eil was sort of going around asking who was cool with Evelyn? Who was in Evelyn's corner? And Denise at the time was one of those people. She was like, yeah, I'm cool with Evelyn or whatever. But now here at this lunch, Denise says that has changed. So she says, I found out what kind of person Evelyn is. So this is what happened. Evelyn had called her. She also called Chantel and Brittany on a four-way call, I guess. So Evelyn says to them, I'm so mad that Ty told me that Jac'Eil's going around saying that she's got a bone on my daughter, Shanice. So that happened. So then it's the night of Brandi's event. Everybody's there. After the event, Evelyn calls Denise again. And according to Denise, Evelyn is trying to ask information about Chantel. So Denise comes to the conclusion that Evelyn is trying to look up information on Chantel. So, but what does this all mean, really? Well, their theory is that because Evelyn heard that Jac'Eil's going around saying she's got a bone with Shanice, Evelyn is probably trying to find dirt on Chantel. So that way, if Jac'Eil were to ever say something about Shanice, then Evelyn would say something about Chantel. So here at this lunch, this is what Denise is saying. Chantel says that she's very disappointed because she thought Evelyn was genuine. But I'm going to be honest, if that's true, I don't feel bad for you, Chantel. You willingly chose to be friends with this woman who's been horrible to your mother and to other women as well. And this is who Evelyn is. She plays dirty. Why is anyone surprised? And Denise says, yep, she was voted off the island, referencing Evelyn. But in the midst of all this drama, Ming says that she's super excited and she would like to invite them on a girls trip to Hawaii. So that'll be fun. Chantel doesn't know if she's going yet. She can't confirm because she has a very tumultuous court hearing that she needs to go to because her oldest child's father, her ex, is trying to stop her from literally being able to move and live in Los Angeles. So that's definitely very heavy on her right now. Okay, moving along, Evelyn and Ty meet up. Evelyn really likes Ty, and I get it too. I like Ty. Ty has a very likable, cool personality. But here's the thing. I started to notice that the real bone carrier in this season is Ty. So Ty meets up with... So right now she's here with Evelyn, right? But before this, she met with Chantel and Brittany. And they told Ty what Denise said to them. So now here at this lunch, Ty is telling Evelyn, Denise is going around saying that you're not genuine with Chantel because you're trying to look up stuff about her. Evelyn says, I wasn't trying to get no information about Chantel. I actually really care about Chantel. I would never do that. Which, by the way, this is the same Evelyn that hired a private investigator last season. Like, come on now. Ty then says that Brittany, Denise, and Chantel, they're like a little clique. And Evelyn gets a little mad, of course. So then Ming invites Jac'Eil with a color specialist, which is pretty cool. So they look at different colors and they analyze them with like your skin tone and things like that. And then they tell you what colors or what color palettes look better on you, like just make you look better. Ming, it was funny because Ming said she wanted to bring Jac'Eil here because Jac'Eil needs to find a color to wear to Hawaii because she can't be wearing black all the time. But the funny thing is that her results came in that darker colors actually are her thing. Ming then formally invites Jac'Eil to the Hawaii trip. She says that Chantel might not go. Ming says that she would like Chantel to go and for them to be able to have a conversation. And Jac'Eil's like, oh, absolutely. If she goes, we absolutely will have a conversation. And listen, y'all can talk to her. Y'all can be her friend. All of that. It's just that when it comes to like my family, like just leave that out of the conversation. Like that's not what we're doing. That's what I want Evelyn to say out of my stuff. So then guess what happens, you guys? Ming now drops the bone that Denise has been saying that what Denise told her at the lunch about with Chantel about how all of that Evelyn was doing. Jac'Eil's like, you got to be kidding me. Like, what happened? Denise isn't cool with Evelyn anymore? And Ming's like, well, no, because Denise says that Evelyn called her looking up information about Chantel. And Chantel didn't like it. And Jac'Eil believes it. You know, she says that's a typical Evelyn move. She says that Evelyn's been obsessed with me. I'm not surprised. There's something wrong inside of her and she needs to get that checked. And I'm not talking about the gynecologist. She said that in her confessional. All right, so in the next scene it's another day and then the clique meets up. Denise, Brittany, and Chantel. And you know, it makes sense that they would be friends, the three of them. They are more close in age and maybe they have more things they can relate on. They're going around calling themselves the Big Three. I don't know about all that. So Chantel lets them know that she had her hearing and the judge granted her relocation, which is what she wanted. So it was really nice, though, I will say, to see the girls celebrate that with her. That was nice to watch, that they were genuinely happy for her. Chantel says that the news is great. Does it mean she's 100% happy? No, not necessarily, because this whole situation still hurts that it even happened. So, and that makes sense. Chantel says that she thought about it and she will be going to Hawaii. But she says that she's coming to Hawaii ready to confront her mother. And I was like, oh my Lord, this is not going to end well. Brittany then says, yeah, Jac'Eil, Evelyn, and Brandi, those are the three people I am not moving on with. I was like, Brandi, what did Brandi do to you? Are you so mad about Vegas? Brittany has a hard time letting stuff go. She gets so upset about everything. Okay, so Ming has a few more people to invite to Hawaii, so she reached out to Jennifer and Brandi. They went to a store and then Ming invites them, and oh my gosh, Ming also tells them what Denise said about Evelyn looking up information about Chantel. Ming's been working overtime with this gossip. She might as well have just recorded it and sent it to all of them. But surprisingly, even though Brandi hasn't had the best friendship with Evelyn, Brandi is actually not a fan of Denise. She says, why does she keep involving herself in things that aren't her business? Which is a good point, because Denise definitely did that with Jac'Eil. With this Evelyn's thing, though, I disagree. But then again, I would need to know what Evelyn was asking, because we don't know. But if it were true that Evelyn was trying to get information on Denise, and I don't think it's a problem for Denise to have told Chantel, listen, Evelyn's trying to get information on you. But again, we don't know what Evelyn was actually asking about Chantel. So it is what it is. So anyway, some time goes by, they begin to pack, and then it's time for the Hawaii trip. The day comes where they get there. We see them arrive. Evelyn, Ming, and Ty arrive together. Evelyn likes to... She was like teasing them about whatever the relationship is. And then here go Ming again, saying to Evelyn, well, the girl said you got voted off the island. And Evelyn says that she's been down this road before with Brittany, so she's not surprised. So in the other car is Jac'Eil, Jennifer, and Brandi. And then in the other one, it's Brittany and Denise, and Chantel will arrive later. So you can already see how the group has sort of divided itself into three different groups. They all arrive and eventually have to meet up And it's a mess because Jackie's mad at Evelyn, Evelyn's mad at Jennifer, Brittany and Evelyn are mad at Brandi, this one's mad at... Everyone's mad at everybody, okay? Pretty much, it's a mess. But they all love the location, they love their rooms, and it's a beautiful place. Ming tells them all to get ready because they need to go to have dinner at 5. When the ladies leave, Ming does hold Evelyn and Brandi back to be the mediator between them. Brandi says, well, she owes me an apology and she owes me a thank you as well because I was trying to tell her how I felt and she told me that she was trying to find an F to give as I was pouring my heart out. That was nasty. Which, it was kind of funny, but it was nasty. Evelyn says, I receive what you're saying. I do apologize because I do miss you and I do thank you for celebrating my birthday in Vegas. Okay, so then it's a little bit later and it's time for dinner. Chantel arrives. Only Brittany and Denise know this. So the three of them head over together to dinner. And also, I'm sorry, I just have to say this. Brittany Renner might be the corniest person to ever be on Basketball Wives. She's just so corny and extra, and for someone who talks so much about she hates dark energy and bad energy, she seems to be the one that brings it with her every time we see her on the damn screen. I just can't. So everybody arrives to dinner. Some of them look good, some of them look a mess. Some of the ladies. Ty was feeling herself though. She asks Ming if they can have a sleepover, but Ming says no. So the last three to arrive are the self-proclaimed big three. Of course, Chantel, being a loser that she is, doesn't say hi to her mother, which I think is so rude. Evelyn, right away, once Chantel sits down, she says to her, she's like, hey, Chantel, I want to talk to you later. Like, I want to clear things up that are being said. I don't think, you're being told what's actually true. Brandi then jumps on that and she says to Chantel, hey, Chantel, I just wanted to say that I'm really happy to see you here. And I also wanted to say, sorry if I ever caused anything or I contributed a part of the situation with everything that you have going on with your mom. I'm sorry about that. Jac'Eil then chuckles. She's like, Chantel turns and she says, what's so funny? Jac'Eil's like, hi, Chantel, I'm so happy you're here. Chantel then asks Ming, can I speak? I know it's your event, but can I speak? And Ming's like, sure, go ahead. Chantel says, okay, well, I want to start from the top. Who called me impressionable? And nobody says anything. She then says, am I impressionable, Mom? Did you call me impressionable? Jac'Eil's like, no, I never said that. And you guys, guess who said that to Chantel? Denise. that Denise is a troublemaker. Chantel says, well, I'm here to get clarity. I find it ironic, Brandi, that you want to sit here and say that you're sorry if you might have ignited an issue with me and my mom, but every time I see you, you're together with her. And then Brandi's like, and what's wrong with that? Chantel says, well, do you want to know how my mom feels about you? And then Jac'Eil's like, how do I feel about her? Chantel says, well, while we were in Vegas at the lounge, I was so upset to see her holding your hand, saying she cared about you because an hour prior to that, she was on the phone with me talking bad about you. So then Jac'Eil, she just had it. So she says, Chantel, Nicole, as much as I want to do this, the love that I have for you as your mother, I'm not going to do it. She turns to Jennifer and she says, I'm heading out. So she's getting up, but then Chantel says, this is what you do. You like to stir up drama and then you leave. And then Jac'Eil's like, I'm not a stir of drama, but I will remove myself from it. If you want to have a conversation, we can, but not here. Chantel's like, no, let's do it here. We will do it here. Jac'Eil says, well, you can have a conversation with them, but you're not going to have a conversation with me with all of them here. So Jac'Eil leaves, and as she's walking out, Chantel's just running her mouth all sorts of crazy ways. Brandi does run after Jac'Eil, and she says, don't leave, this is your daughter. But Jac'Eil's like, no, I'm out. I'm going to the hotel. I'm watching a game. Brandi then comes back, and she asks Chantel, what do you want from her? Chantel says, well, first of all, we can start by having her admit that she called me impressionable. And then Brandi's like, who even told you that she said that? Denise is like, I did. Brandi then goes off on Denise and she says, I would never get in between a mother and a daughter's relationship. So for you to get in there and say what someone said, just trying to make things worse, that's personal. You shouldn't be even get into that. So then here goes Brittany Renner. She goes off on Brandi. She says, well, you inserted yourself, Brandi, when you told her that to stay in a child's place. You started that ish. And then she's screaming at the top of her lungs. She says, we then all saw their issues, and that's why we got involved, because it's all on the table now. We saw it unfold. And then she says to Brandi, if you don't have a toxic mother, you'll never understand. So then Brandi says to Brittany, why are you coming at me? And Brittany's like, because you choose who you want to hit the gas with. She was going off. Chantel then says to Brandi, why would you even defend her when she doesn't even like you? And Brandi's like, listen, it's simple. I don't care if Jac'Eil likes me. I don't care if she talks bad about me. That doesn't mean that I like this situation. And that was the end of the episode. I'm telling you guys, this was an episode full of drama, but bad drama. Like, it's not drama we want to see, because Chantel, the fact that you're bonding with 3 ladies that you, or 2, that you barely met, and you feel comfortable just, ruining any relationship you have with your mom. For what sake? Like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's ridiculous. But y'all, this is going to be a crazy next few episodes. And this Hawaii trip, I can tell, is going to get worse than tonight. But y'all, let me know what your thoughts were about this episode. Please let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll catch y'all next time. Y'all have a great one. Bye.